Alright, so we've been through cones, we've been through cylinders, and now we're going to hit our spheres as the last shape that we're going to be dealing with. So as a reminder, we did cylinders, which is pi r squared times height, and cones was 1/3 pi r squared height. Now we're going to do spheres. So the sphere formula is pretty cool. It is 4 divided by 3 pi r cubed. Now make sure that you write cubed for our r. So on your paper, 4/3 pi r cubed. There's no height for this shape. So we're actually going to use this formula to solve some spheres. Alright, so it says find the volume of a sphere using 3.14 for pi. So I can write my formula, V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So my radius is going to be 2. Okay, I'm going to plug that in for r, which is 2 cubed, meaning 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So I know that 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8. So I have 8. I'm going to move my pi to the back because I want to deal with this 4/3 first. Now when we have a fraction multiplied, because they're right next to each other, meaning multiplication, multiplied by a whole number, you put underneath the whole number a 1 and multiply straight across. So essentially you're taking 8 times 4 and dividing it by 3. So 8 times 4 is 32. Is that a nice number to cut in half? Well, let's see. Nope, I get some number, 10.6, repeating forever. I'm going to take that number, since it's in my calculator, nice and fresh. I'm going to multiply it by 3.14. That's my pi. And I get an answer of 33.49. So here. So we took that and multiplied by 3.14 to get a final volume of 33.493, repeating forever. So it doesn't specifically say where to round, so I'm going to round to the nearest 10th here. This 9 is actually going to make that 4 turn into a 5. So I essentially have 33.5 inches cubed. Let's try our next one. And remember, in this video you can pause anytime, especially if we're moving too slow or too fast. So V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. My radius is 6. Bring everything else down. Well, 6 times 6 I know is 36. So if I take 6 and cube it, I should get 216. And again, I'm going to move my pi to the back, or the butt of my equation. Multiply straight across, meaning I'm going to take 4 and multiply by 216 to get 864. If I divide that by 3, let's see if I get a nice number. Ooh, I get 288. So 3.14. And we said when we divided that, we got 288. So now I'm going to take my 288, multiply it by my 3.14, and I get 904.32 meters cubed. So I'm not going to round for this one. Even if I tried to round to the tens place, this 2 stays and that 3 doesn't change. So there's my final answer, 904.32 meters cubed. Alright, let's try another one here. Alright, so let's see, let's read our direction. Leave in terms of pi. So I'm going to leave it in terms of pi, meaning I'm not going to multiply my final answer by pi. Just leave it as is. So I know that all the way across, if you see a line all the way across, that means it's the diameter. So my diameter is 16. I know that my radius is half of my diameter. So 16 divided by 2 is going to give me 8, meaning my radius is 8. I'm going to move the pi early to the back so I don't forget that I don't need to deal with it. So 8 times 8 is 64. So 8 to the power of 3 is going to be 512. Leave pi alone. Alright, so now what I can do is take my 512, multiply it by this 4, and get 2048. And I still need to divide it by 3. Let's see if I get a nice number. A whole number. I don't really get a whole number. I get 682.6 repeating. So 682.6 repeating. So you can leave it as as a fraction like this. Or if you wanted to get a little bit more technical, you can leave it as that. And since this is repeating, I'm just going to put the line over it and say, hey, this is repeating forever and ever. Alright, let's try another one. These are getting super cool and super simple. At least it might take a few tries, but it's just like all of the other shapes that we've been dealing with. It just takes a little while to get. So again, I'm dealing with a diameter again. So I need to be aware that this is diameter because it's all the way across. If I cut it in half, half of 24 is 12. So I know I'm going to have 12 cubed here. Bring everything down, and it says use 3.14 instead of pi. So now I'm going to take my calculator and do 12 times 12 times 12 times 12, or 12 cubed. 1,728. And I'm going to move the pi to the back or the butt of the equation and deal with my 4/3 straight ahead. So again, multiply your number by 4. So 6912 divided by 3, so 6,912 divided by 3. I get a nice number, 2,304. Well, that's nice. So now, again, multiply it by 3.14. I don't know what the heck just happened there, but that's okay. So take it and multiply by 3.14. Let's see what we get. Oh, holy cow, that's a huge number. V equals 7,234.56 inches cubed. I'm not going to round for this one. And if you did round, that's okay. It would just be 7,234.6 inches cubed. Alright. We got a few more left. So now we got word problems. We have 2 word problems. It says find the volume of the sphere with a diameter, make sure you pay close attention, diameter of 10 feet. So I know I'm only dealing with radius, so I need to cut this diameter in half. Well, half of 10 is 5, so it's going to be 5 for R. And it says leave in terms of pi, so I'm going to move the pi to the back. Just right out the bat, so I don't forget I don't need to multiply. Let's see, 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5, I believe is 125. Let's see. Yep, 125. You know what to do. Multiply it by 4, divide it by 3. Let's see. Let's see if we get a nice number. 125 times 4 is 500. If I divide that by 3, ooh, I really don't get a nice number. So I'm actually going to leave it as is. So my volume is 500 divided by 3 pi feet, since I'm dealing with feet, cubed. Now let's look at our last problem here, which is 100% real true facts. A standard NBA basketball has a diameter of 9.51 inches. So the diameter is 951, meaning I need to take that 9.51, and divide it by 2. Why 2? Because I'm cutting it in half. So my radius is 4.755. Alright, now I'm telling you right now, we're going to be dealing with big numbers. So write your equation. We're going to take 4.755 and cube it, meaning multiplying it by itself 3 times. Just going to get ahead of the game and move pi. So I'm going to take it and multiply it by itself 3 times. And I get this giant large number, which is 107.510668875. Whew. Oh my Lanta. Okay. Multiply that by 4, and you get a little bit smaller number, which is nice. So you get 430.042675. I know these are huge numbers, and I apologize, but I want to know exactly what it is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to multiply at 3.14 and then divide by 3. Why not? Let's mix it up a little bit. See if I get a little bit smaller number. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what I did is just take the top number, multiply it by 3.14, and got 1,350.334000107. Whew, divided by 3. You could have divided by 3 first, then multiply, but what you would also get is 450.11. Since this is a 1, this one's not going to make this one go up, this one's not going to make that one go up, so you're going to leave it as 11 or just 0.1. And this is inches cubed. So 450.1 or 450.11 inches cubed for a standard basketball. Holy cow.